Florida Panthers enter the 2016-17 season listed with odds of 20-1 to win the Stanley Cup. The Florida Panthers are coming off their most successful regular season in franchise history as they finished with 103 points and won the Atlantic Division. Unfortunately for the Panthers, they couldn't duplicate their regular season success in the playoffs as they lost in the first round to the New York Islanders. The playoff appearance was just the second in the last 16 years for the Panthers, so just making the playoffs was considered a success. Duplicating the success of last season is going to be very difficult for the Panthers in 2016 and 17, as rarely does a team make a huge surge in the standings and then follow it up the next season. The Florida Panthers had an overall record of 47, 26, 6-3, and the team was just a few games better at home than on the road last season. The Panthers were a solid team at home last season as they went 25-16, and they were decent on the road going 22-19. The Panthers were undervalued quite a bit, but that won't be the case as much in 2016 and 17, as Florida is coming off a very good season. The Panthers were 8th best in the league in goals last season as they averaged 2.8 goals per game, but it is hard to see them matching that number with an aging Jaromir Jagr still playing a big role. The Panthers were 7th best in the NHL last season in goals against, but they may not be as good this season, as gone is goaltender Al Montoya, who played really well. The Panthers have a good core of young talent, but there is definitely a chance that some of their players regress from last season. Jaromir Jagr is a wonder, but he is simply not going to produce another big season at his age. And it is also hard to see Jussi Jokinen coming up with another good season. If the Panthers are to come close to matching last year's goal totals, they need even more improvement from Alexander Barkov and Jonathan Huberdeau. The Panthers made some changes on defense as they let Campbell and Kulikov get away and replaced them with Keith Yandle and Jason Demers. And in goal, they replaced Montoya with James Reimer. At best, that looks like an even trade-off, and at worst, it could mean a lot of trouble as Campbell was the leading plus-minus player on the team for Florida last season, and Montoya was excellent in relief of Roberto Luongo. But the signing of James Reimer is definitely a downgrade from Montoya. The Panthers are almost assuredly going to finish with fewer points in 2016 and 17 than they did last season. It is just a matter of how far they fall, as they are a perfect example of a team that came too far too fast. The Panthers have some exciting young players like Barkov and Ekblad, but they have too many older players like Jagr, Jokinen, and Luongo who are being counted on to play big roles in 2016 and 17. The Panthers may not go from division champs to out of the playoffs in one season, but they are not likely to be Stanley Cup contenders this season. Don't forget that Bang the Book is your best resource for sports betting information on this event and every other sporting event and game this week. Click over to bangthebook.com now.